And Michael League, the bass player, called me for a couple gigs one weekend because the other two guitar players weren't available, and so that was it. And I treated it like, if I come in here and do a great job, maybe they'll call me back, because I was like, man, this would be really fun to play in this band, and so that's what happened. So that was probably 2009 when I first did those run of shows, and then they started getting incorporated more into the touring and the recording, and I was still doing a lot of others. I mean, I had a band of my own, rock band with a singer and things, and that wasn't going anywhere, but and I was still doing a lot of freelance work with R&B artists and gospel artists. So I was bouncing all over the place, but still developing, my time with Snarky, and it just kind of worked itself in that way that I offered a sound in the guitar section that they needed, or didn't have, I should say, maybe manifested the same way that I do it necessarily. So now there's three of us, myself, Bob Lanzetti, and Chris McQueen, who are two of my dearest friends and two of my favorite guitar players around, and it's great to play with them because they're so good and they're so flexible, and we're so just open to creating a sound together because
how do you do that?
It's really very carefully, but also it's also not that hard because we don't sound alike.
I
mean, we share influences, but we manifested them in totally different ways. I think we all have the same kind of maybe core influences of, rock and jazz and R&B and experimental music or what have you, but it sounds different no matter, like, depending on who's playing it, right? So we get in there and when it's time for our session, Snarky Puppy, we have our demos that everyone listens to and learns, and everybody tries to learn all the parts of the demo. Nobody ever learns the whole thing, but we're supposed to.
Sure.
And then the three of us get together and go, well, it would be cool, your sound would totally fit that part, my sound maybe fit this
interesting part. Okay.
Or if I have nothing to do, then I won't do anything at this point. It's very, very communal in that regard. And, depending on who's writing the tune, sometimes they might have a particular guitar player, like, this is definitely a Bob Lanzetti part, so we go, cool, that's Bob, why don't you tackle that, and I'll take this part or something. And so it's pretty democratic moving stuff like that. Yeah. And it I don't think it would work it just happens to work, it's a very specific
team play.
So I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, it's, as guitar players, we tend to, I try not to always avoid it, the ego thing.
Yeah, sure.
I think you definitely did that, in Snarky Puppy. Like, it's idea of the band, right? That's especially guitar point of view.
And it's the guitar, but it's every instrument because everyone's so good.
Yeah.
And even if there were players that weren't up as the standard of the other players, I think everyone understands that if each role is respected and treated fairly, that the band's going to sound the best and the music's going to sound the best. And everyone has their moments where they step out and shine in their solos and things. And maybe a certain player will kind of command a groove and take it into a certain thing. And that's just part of the language of playing on stage together. But it really starts with everyone just respecting the heck out of everybody else that's there, because we've all worked so hard.
Of course,
to make that happen. It's not, people think that Michael just like went on Facebook and found the 19 coolest musicians he could find and then just sent them all messages. Like, no, we were all there. From everyone in that band has done 1,000 gigs and has probably slept on a floor and ridden in a broken van and made no money. Like, we've all done the grind. And so you can't replace that.
Yeah. Oh man.
You cannot. And so since we've all come from that, that's ingrained in how we play with each other and respect each other too.
Nicely put. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you guys hook up with David Crosby? I love that connection, and I'm such a huge fan of.
Oh my gosh, what a guy!
Yeah,
but what a legend of an artist,
songwriter, such a
having him kind of oversee us, so to speak, for a little while was really, really cool. He was so gracious and giving with his gifts and sharing his guitar tunings with us. Who does that, right? He does that. but let's see. There was some connection between him and Michael on Twitter. Strangely
Wow.
enough,
Okay.
I think it
Interesting.
may have. Yeah, I don't know if it was like right after the first Family Dinner album came out or somewhere around there. But I think Michael just almost called his bluff, kind of thing, and tweeted back like, "Well, hey man, you should come sing with us sometime." And then Crosby, I think, either tweeted back or just straight up emailed our management or something and was like, "Hey, so when are we doing this?"
Ooh,
Because he had been a big fan.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So the power of social media, sometimes it can be used for
sometimes
good.
it's, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
So
Oh,
that was
interesting.
that. I think that was that. I think that's how it happened. You might have to fact check that one, but